that can never heal. So you're going to go to the buttocks, thanks to those who have big buttocks. Cut the tissue there, the muscle, and then you muscle there. It's called tissue flapping. Then you do the tissue epidermis grafting, to cover it. That one will be 40 degrees type of burn.
So they take a skin from your gluteus maximus to...
Or any part. Gluteus area is the most important part. But you don't need to speak good night, but it's not the time. All right, chapter 6. Any question from chapter 5? Let's talk about chapter 6. Bones and its tissue. Bones are hard connective tissue. The support structure of our body is a marvel of a complex engineering that will be designed for a maximum mobility. Look at that piece of skeleton there. Look at that one over there. A marvel designed for mobility. Each bone is of a particular type. It is of a particular shape. It takes up a particular shape because it has a specific role to play. You understand? Therefore then, but where we're going to have movement in our body, cartilages will take over that place. You understand? But it is the skeleton and its attachment joints will give this, our body, a full range of machinery, like a robot. The bones are connected by ligaments. Ligaments will connect bone to bone. This bone, we have attachment here. It's an attachment or articulation or joint. It will be connected here by ligaments. It will be connected here by ligaments. So ligaments will be a type of connective tissue that connect. Isn't it? Connective tissues are tissues that connect. They connect bone to bones. Another type of connective tissue that will connect will be the one we call tendons. It will be the muscles, especially the skeletal muscles, will connect. So skeletal muscles will connect to bones by way of tendons. So each of these bones that are made of this special type or the texture will be there due to stress that you put on these bones. They will present and given the muscles a leverage for its attachment by way of tendons. That's how you're going to have these depressions, indentations, and the holes of a typical bone. All right? Let's take it one by one. There are approximately 206 bones make up our adult human skeleton. They are connected by ligaments, pulled by bones, pulled by muscles, at the level of joints. Movements can only be made at where two or more bones come together. Where two or more bones come together will be called joints. Let's talk about cartilages or skeletal cartilages. Skeletal cartilages are made from cartilage. Cartilages are avascular, they do not have nerves. No nerves No blood vessels. Cartilages will be surrounded by a dense, irregular connective tissue called perichondrium. Perichondrium. The function of this perichondrium, two functions. One is to resist an outward expansion, to resist outward expansion when cartilages are compressed. Two, the perichondrium will also contain blood vessels. The blood vessels from which the blood that will have nutrients reach the cartilage matrix by way of diffusion. Reach the cartilage matrix to the cells by way of diffusion. There are three types of cartilages. One of them is called hyaline cartilage. The hyaline cartilages are made of collagen fibers It is the most abundant cartilage you have in the body. Its function will be to provide support and resilience to our body. Provide support, also flexibility and resilience. It is the weakest. It is very weak. Write it down. It's the weakest among the three types. EO, educational objective. Hyaline cartilages their fibers are not visible on the normal stain in the microscope. Fibers are not visible with normal stain in the microscope. So when you look at these three different kinds of cartilages, you will notice that the hyaline cartilage will be the shiniest one. They are very shiny. You will see the chondrocytes in the lacuna, very shiny, and you will not see fiber. So that is how you will recognize it in your lab exam. was there. You saw it, right? You were given those slides. So one of them was just hyaline cartilage, period, because you can see how shiny it is, as opposed to elastic or fibrocartilages that will present more fiber. Isn't it? So they were very easy. We are going to revisit those. Now, location. Where do you find those type of cartilages? They are seen in the body where articulation is. Articular cartilage. Now look at this. This rib will be connected to the sternum by a cartilage, isn't it? So what kind of cartilage is this? Hyaline. It's called articular cartilage. So write it there, location. One, where articulations are. Articulations. Articular cartilages. Example, costal. Costal meaning ribs, isn't it? Costal cartilage. Cartilage at the ribs. We also have larynx. Voice box. Our nose. External nose is made up of hyaline cartilage. The support structure of the nose is one of the functions of the connective tissue, right? Connective tissues for support. Another type of cartilage will be called elastic. The elastic cartilages, they are more flexible. They are more flexible than the hyaline cartilage because they have more elastic. More flexible due to presence or more elastic or elastic fiber. Location will be at the external ear. External ear will be location. We also find it at the epiglottis. Epiglottis. Epiglottis of the larynx, right? What is epiglottis? Epiglottis will be the tissue that closes off the larynx when the food comes in. It shuts off the hole that leads to the lungs. So when the food is coming from the mouth, it sticks up there. It's always sticking up because it is what directs our voice. So whenever we are making noise from the voice is just making noise, the air coming from the lungs. And then as it moves like this, so it will make noise. That's how we talk. But when the food comes in, it touches the superior part of the epiglottis and shuts off the trachea so that food does not go there. So when the food is coming in and we talk, now we move it. Now the food will be, where am I going? That's direct there. Right? So we cannot talk when we have the food going to that direction. It will increase talking. Because that thing moves as we talk, and the food will kind of close there. That is made up of elastic kind of cartilage. The third one will be called fibrocartilage. The fibrocartilage, how can you know that this is fibrocartilage? There will be the type that will consist of roughly parallel row. They will consist of parallel rows of chondrocytes. Parallel row of chondrocytes. Location. We're going to see this type of cartilage where we will need more support. Where more support is needed in the body. Where great deal of pressure, ability to withstand pressure is needed.
The wrists.
Huh?
The wrists.
Wrist, fibro. I will say, example, will be the intervertebral disc. Because look at the weight. Look at the body weight here. All the body weight here will be rested on this bone here, the lumbar. So that is the best place to bear weight. The fibrocartilage is the strongest of the three forms of cartilage. It is the strongest kind. Let us see these cartilages. I'm sure you saw them, right? You saw them in chapter 4. Chapter 4 displays that. This is that. Look at what I showed you before. How can you recognize this? Even if you are not going to be given another quiz on this based on the morphology of lab, you should notice that. See, look at the hyaline cartilage. What can you infer? There is no fiber there, right? So you can always tell that this is hyaline cartilage. This is the chondrocytes. The chondrocyte will be the cell that will make those matrix. They are found in a little hole that we call lacuna. So lacuna will house the cell, chondrocytes. And you can distinguish this cartilage from the other cartilage, elastic, in that there is no fiber. You have a lot of fiber here. Elastin fiber or elastic fiber. The purpose of elastic fiber is to be able to stretch and recoil. Look at the external ear. The tragus. This is called the tragus. It's maintained like that. So somebody can really pull your ear, but they can never tear it due to the presence of what? Elastic fiber. And this is the type of cartilages here. It also contains chondrocytes in the lacuna that will make this cell elastic cartilage. The other type that will contain or compose of parallel row of chondrocytes will be the fibrocartilage. This is the fibrocartilage. This will be bone tissue. We're going to talk about this later on as a look at how we have it in our notes as it contains row, R-O-W. This is a row, parallel row of fiber. And then in here, you're going to have chondrocytes in the lacuna, isn't it? And this is another row here. This is another row here. So that is how you can recognize the fibrocartilages. They are the main components of the intervertebral disc. Any questions? They are needed in body where we will see great deal of pressure, so we start pressure. So the most abundant will be at the level of between L4 and L5. Look at this. This is lumbar vertebrae 4, lumbar vertebrae 5. So look at it 4 and 5. And because they withstand a lot of pressure, that is more prone for what? Herniation. Herniation is hernia. All right. We're going to end class. What time is the class over? Now. Okay. Dr. Malish will be taking over with the growth of cartilages. How do cartilage grow? Either oppositionally.
Can you send him to email us?
Huh?
Can you send him to email us to see his number?
Yeah. He will be here on us on
Who's the one that you have to communicate with?
email him.
Yeah.
We have emailed him.
Oh, okay. All right. I will tell him.
Okay.
Yeah. I will call him now.
To update Blackboard. It would be good if he updated Blackboard too.
Okay.
Thank you.
But you will see him on Tuesday, actually. If he doesn't, I cannot do. I maybe on Wednesday. I don't know. I will Oh yeah, you will get your grade. Oh sure. You must receive your credit. That is not too bad, don't worry. But you have to study now. This is an emergency. In emergency, we don't leave ourselves to die, do we? No. If you are being dumped in a Serengeti and then lions are chasing you, you don't just stay there and let the lions eat you up, right? You're going to try to, come on.
That is
You're
a
going to try to scare the lion, even if they're going to take you alive. But just
that is a bad analogy.
All right.
That is a bad analogy.